Hello everyone, welcome back to Supersayam Goes Supersaying. Today we're going to be drawing again. If you have a tablet or sketchbook out, feel free to join me today. Let's get started. Today I want to do a sort of Bob Ross style stream where we're just going to be drawing from our imaginations. I still have pictures out to help me with reference, but the drawing itself is going to be based off of our imagination. We're not going to be copying anything necessarily. Rather, we're going to be creating our own little worlds. I'm going to start off with a line to indicate my eye level, just so I know where everything is and so I can get my perspective done correctly. Now, today I'm going to be drawing an airbase. So let's start off with a few buildings. Perhaps here we have a small office. It's funny how no matter who you are, you always need an office. Everyone, no matter who you are. You could be a baker. You could be a clothes person. You could be out on the warfield fighting battles, and you'll still need an office. Just a simple rectangle. And just in front of this office, let's put a runway. It's probably not the best place to put an office or a runway right next to each other. I'm sure the guy in the office can't get any work done with all the planes taking off. But that's okay. He's a smart guy. He plans very well. So he knows when to get his work done in the office and when to avoid it. I want to make the runway a little bit bigger so that we can see some of the airplanes. In fact, putting it in front is actually maybe not the best place to put it for our drawing. So why don't we put it right here? It's even a little bit further away from the office. It's perfect. But now I see that my proportions are a little bit off because a runway is actually a very long, very wide piece of road, which means this office here is maybe the size of a super mall. So let's fix that a bit. We're going to have a smaller, more proportionate office right here. There we go. Now, Bob Ross has always been the type to start off with mountains. He seems to have loved mountains. So why don't we put some mountains in our drawing as well? They're not going to be as big as his, but just because. Now for me, these mountains are actually a little bit too big. Either they are very close to our air base here, or they are Himalayan-sized mountains. I actually want some smaller, just a large and majestic yet humble sort of mountain range in the background here. There we go. It just drifts off to the side. And beyond there, I'm imagining that there is an ocean, but we can't see that, but that's all right. Obviously, the office has to have a door. And maybe a few windows. There we go. It's looking rather cozy for an office. Now, to the right, why don't we put some hangars? Hangars as in the housing for the aircraft that live here. They sort of look like greenhouses. And this is where the aircraft are going to live. Put some lines for the structure. And we're just making our own little world here. Doesn't need to be perfect. Doesn't need to be physically accurate. Just needs to be ours. That's exactly what it is. A bit of patch of land here, and since we have a little space here, why don't we consider that a small parking spot for a aircraft? I think a happy aircraft to live here would be an F-16. Now, maybe a lot of you don't know what that is, but it doesn't matter. We're just gonna think of him like a little bird just resting on the ground for a bit. It's got one engine in the back, a very long tail fin. And of course, since he's taking a break, he's not going to be carrying any weapons with him, any armor. He's just going to be relaxing, letting his wings rest a little. And you know, he could be very lonely by himself right there. So why don't we have one of the mechanics keeping him company? Just a tiny speck. He takes good care of his airplanes. In the office, we should have someone busy at work, and every air strip takeoff road needs lines, needs those road lines. There we go. And his friends are also just sitting inside. They're all there. They're not on any missions or anything. They're just all taking a breather. Now that part of the drawing is getting kind of active, but the left side here is just a complete desert. Let's see if we can change that. Why don't we make this area here a sort of park? I'm sure there is no park at an actual airfield, but everyone needs a way to just relax and have fun somehow. And let's make this whole area right here a soccer field. Who doesn't like soccer? maybe not everyone's interested in it, but there's nobody against it. And it's just a rough patch of ground. And you know what? It should be a lovely day out. With clouds out. Maybe some are just touching the mountains. And the clouds go all the way out to sea. All the way out into that broad ocean. A perfect day for kicking the ball around a little. Why don't we draw our crewmen and pilots and I don't know, office people having a friendly match of soccer. We've got to have our goalie here, and he's ready to catch any ball that comes his way. Where should the ball be right now? Since he's got his guard up, it's coming his way. It's coming his way. The other team's got it. There he goes. We've got someone ready to intercept him. We've got someone on his tail, but he just can't seem to catch up. The goalie here, he'll just be watching eagerly. He's still got his guard up a little. You never know when the tides will turn. Maybe we'll have another person here. And he's just watching. He knows he can't do much from that distance. And there's already two people on the guy. Let's put someone just shy behind him. But he's his teammate. He's ready to take the ball and claim glory for himself. Let's put back here. He's also just watching. Now, this place, this hair base, is coming together nicely, but it's too much. It's too industrious. Too many buildings, too many planes, and not enough nature. Why don't we fix that? Let's say the manager in the office there, well, he's a real fanatic for plants. So in front of his office, he's made himself a pretty little garden. Let's say we're out in the desert, so he's got some cacti out. Now, cacti are very interesting. There is only one time in the year that they will have flowers. But when they do, they are perhaps some of the prettiest flowers you'll ever see. But they only last a short time. They don't go for very long. Got some aloe here. Maybe one more. The people use it when they get sunburns for working out in the sun too much. Maybe one tiny aloe is just starting to grow. It's been planted recently. And next to the door here, why don't we put a nice long cactus? He's a big one. He's been there a while. There we go. Oh wow, look at that. That really livens up the place. Makes the office look like it's completely out of place. But it's a very beautiful office. And that's what happens when you make a little garden. It can really change the whole atmosphere of a place. Now, this field here, it is nice, but that manager's garden has inspired me a little. So you know what? They've grown trees all around this field. They're more of a botanical garden than a base. Just some lovely tall trees. And they're all unique in their own way. This one can be a bit long. Why don't we make this one a wider tree? There we go. They're not even, which it could take away from the aesthetic of the garden, but that's okay. It looks like a funny little group. The trees look like they all have their own character, just like all of the people living on this base. Looks like some of these trees will be blocking the view of these plants, but that's okay. We know that they're there. Alright, well, let's take a little song break. Today we're going to be playing a new song called The River. It's another song that I wrote, and I hope you guys enjoy. Sometimes I feel like I'm so far away. Sometimes I feel like I am lost. Sometimes I don't know what I'm gonna do. Sometimes I just wanna lay it. Sometimes I feel like I'm so far away. Sometimes I feel like I am lost. Sometimes I don't know what I'm gonna do. Sometimes I just wanna lay in bed. But you call me to the river, to the place where I remember I can sit down and rest a little while. I don't need no substitution, nothing else, no restitution, just to know that you're sitting here with me. So take me back to the river, take me back to the river. I know you're waiting there for me. So take me back to the river, take me back to the river. I know you're waiting there for me. Sometimes I feel like I'm so far away. Sometimes I feel like I am lost. And sometimes I don't know what I'm gonna do. Sometimes I just wanna lay in bed.
Won't you call me to the river, to the place where I remember I can sit down and rest a little while. I don't need no substitution, nothing else, no restitution, just to know that you're sitting here with me. So take me back to the river, take me back to the river. I know you're waiting there for me. So take me back to the river, take me back to the river. I know you're waiting there for me. So take me back to the river, take me back to the river. I know you're waiting there for me. So take me back to the river, take me back to the river. I know you're waiting there for me. So take me back to the river, take me back to the river. I know you're waiting there for me. Take me back to the river, take me back to the river. I know you're waiting there for me. So take me back to the river, take me back to the river. I know you're waiting there for me. Take me back to the river, take me back to the river. I know you're waiting there for me.
Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that song. Again, that was The River. Let's go back to our drawing here. I've decided that I'm going to add a few pine trees next to the road. And this drawing is coming along so far. We've got some fun things going on. We've got a little soccer game in the afternoon. Our manager working away in his office. We've got a little crew member just taking care of his airplane. Let's put another guy right here. Now you can barely see him. He's like a little speck. But you know what? He's not alone. In fact, he's chatting with his other speck right there. They're not talking about anything important. Let's just put up a little box here. Who knows what it is? There are things on top of buildings all the time. We don't know what they are, what they do. We just know that they're there. Now, over here is this is the airfield, but let's say all the way to the horizon over here, there's a little village. That's right. A little civilization here. We don't know who lives there. Maybe it's a city that's far away. That's kind of the impression we're making with these rectangular sort of buildings. But you know what? A big city would cause too much noise, no matter how far away. Let's make it a mountainous farmland. That's what it is. And people live there. We've got actual greenhouses far away. Just houses. Just little houses. And maybe a little road that comes down. And you know what? This road leads all the way this way to nowhere, towards the mountains. On top of the mountain, let's put a little tower. Who knows what the tower could be? Could be a satellite tower, or maybe even a military installation. No one knows for sure. It's a mysterious thing, but it's there. Now we're getting a sort of almost bird's eye view of this land. We're really looking down on it. But let's put something even higher above us. Now, this is where I'm going to get a little bit fantastical. We're going to draw a plane, but not just any plane, but let's draw something mysterious. There's always something mysterious in the sky, and you don't know what it is. And you wish you knew, but you'll never know. So let's say that all this is just fog. It's just a big wall of cloud coming in from the ocean. And behind it, away in the distance, you get a glimpse of something. It looks like a boomerang. You don't know for sure. But the weird thing about this boomerang in the sky is that it's leaving a long trail of contrails. Now, no boomerang in the sky would leave a long trail of contrails. But we just don't know what it is. Just like that tower in the sky, or in the mountain. Alright, well, that's enough fantasizing. Let's go back to our base here. Now, you know what every air base needs is a dog. Well, maybe everyone needs a dog, but it's somewhat of a trope to have a dog on an airfield, isn't it? So let's just draw him here. And you know what? He's not some energetic dog that likes to play. He's just an old fellow. He's just watching on the sidelines. Gotta give him a cute nose. There we go. We're going to take another quick song break. Next song up is Like a Stranger. Hope you enjoy.
Living like a stranger, walking my way, feeling like I'm in danger most of the day, and everything's a blur, like a train on its tracks. Living in the shadows, like the smoke in its stacks. I wanna be where the light shines. I wanna see where blue and green arise. Take me where the light meets the other end of the sky. Take me where the light can meet my eyes. I wanna be, and I wanna leave. can shine down on me. Living like a stranger, walking my way, feeling like I'm in danger most of the day. Everything's blurred, like a train on its tracks. I'm living in the shadows, like smoke in the stacks. I wanna be where the light shines. I wanna see where blue and green arise. So take me where the light meets the other end of the sky. Take me where the light can meet my eyes. I wanna be, I wanna leave, I wanna be where the light can shine down on me. So take me where the light meets the other end of the sky. And take me where the light can meet my eyes. I wanna be, and I wanna leave, I wanna be where the light can shine down on me. I wanna be where the light can shine down on me. Where the light can shine down on me.
Alright, I hope you enjoyed that song. Again, that was Like a River. I think we're coming about to a close of this stream, as well as this drawing. But it's a little bit incomplete without color. So let's do our best to try to add a bit of color here to this world that we've made for ourselves. Let's start with the sky. And we're not going to do it too perfectly, but let's just erase the parts where we don't want it. And we certainly don't want it covering up this mysterious thing here. maybe it could. You know, color is just a bit transparent on this guy. There's our sky. Now let's move on to the mountains, and the mountains will be a dark green. Again, just erase the parts we don't want it. There we go. Let's add some cream to the village that is living on the mountain, but just a tad lighter. Now we're gonna put some nice, vibrant, grassy green on this whole plain here. It's just all green. Go already, we see a lot of life coming into our drawing with just a bit of color. Now let's color in the trees. Why don't we make them different colors? Maybe it's a bit strange to have a lot of trees where there is cactus, but, well, these kinds of trees, but hey, it's our world. It's like fall for these trees. Well, aren't they looking pretty? Like cotton candy. There we go. Let's add some brown to our trunks. I don't think giving the trees different colors like that was the best idea, but that's okay. The pine trees will have a deeper sort of green. Almost done here. The playing field. Let's see if we can make it a sort of dirty green. There we go, that's what we're looking for. It's just a little patch of land. Let's give some color to the sun. Now, finally, the buildings. Why don't we make the office a nice blue? And the office door will actually be an even darker shade. These hangers will be a sort of gray color. Nothing spectacular. They're just hangers. The F-16 is also a gray color. Now this road will be an almost black. There we go. This pavement too will be an even darker shade of gray. And finally, let's just make this little road here a nice brown. It's just a dirt road. Nothing special. And there we go. It's nothing too spectacular, but that's our little world right there. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this stream, and I hope to see you again next time on Super Sam Goes Super Saying.